Hello, and thank you for having me. My name is Karen Mist, and I come from Eimur. Otto has told you everything about us, so I'm going to skip that part. I'm very pleased to be here today to tell you about our project, ICEWATER, where we are working on transforming the challenge with wastewater treatment to an opportunity with some innovation and collaboration. The Live Icewater project is the largest EU-funded project in Iceland, bringing together 22 partners ranging from municipalities, utility companies, industry, research institutions, and many more, working together on optimizing or improving water management and wastewater treatment in Iceland. But more importantly, if you ask me, we are also working on changing the mindset of how we see wastewater, not only seeing it as a waste, but seeing it as a resource that we can use. So to understand why the ICEWATER project is so important, I want to give you a glimpse into a status report published recently regarding status of wastewater treatment in Iceland from 2024. And what you can see there, and sorry, I say in 2022, it is supposed to say as in 2022. Basically, nothing has changed. Only Borgarnes and Dalvík are the urban areas that comply with the treatment requirements according to the regulation. So this is not great, and we want to change this. But we want to focus on the high pollution sources, the industry. And as we can see here, these are pictures from around the country. And this is not from one specific area. We're not targeting one industry rather than other. This is just the status in Iceland as it is. And this is, of course, not how we want to do things. And this is something that we see opportunities in doing better. Like I say, these are pictures from abroad, and these show industrial wastewater. And this water is typically filled with a lot of organic matter, fats, oil, and grease, and other nutrients. And we want to extract those nutrients from the wastewater and use them instead of dumping them into the ocean. So in 2024, there was a cost estimate published stating that it would cost around 100 to 160 billion Icelandic kroner to create the infrastructure needed for us to do wastewater treatment in Iceland properly. As we see this, we think this is highly overestimated. That's one of our messages here, but this is also most likely based on centralized treatment systems, where you're taking all of the wastewater from the municipality, in some cases the district heating system, the rainwater, and all of the industrial wastewater, and treating it in one place, creating, of course, a big load, but also a great flow, so that the treatment plant has to be quite big, and therefore cost quite a lot. So, like Otto was mentioning before in other aspects, like we don't need to eat the elephant in a hole. We can take it in bites. So, where am I at? Let's look at Akureyri, for example. And this is from the same report I was referring to before. And I think this is very interesting because if you look at the numbers from that report, you can see that we talk about population equivalents or person equivalents. This is how much one person is loading to the wastewater system, basically. So if you look at Akureyri and the wastewater treatment plant here, they're receiving around 100,000 population equivalents. But in Akureyri, we only have around 20,000 inhabitants. What we see here is a great opportunity, both for the reduction of the load on the municipal treatment system, because if we assume that the 80% comes from some industrial activities, there is a lot that can be done, if I say it quite easily. So that brings us to our project within ICEWATER, Eimur's project, because what we are doing in a great collaboration. And we would not have been able to do this without the partnership that we have, because we have a utility company in Húsavík, Orkuveita Húsavíkur. We have Kjarnafæði Norðlenska, we have GAP, we have Eimur and Aluminium all work together on developing, designing, building, and bringing to Iceland a containerized pre-treatment plant where we are going to demonstrate in Icelandic condition how we should be doing this on site. We want to recover the biomass. We want to recover and get the fat and grease from the wastewater before it is put into the sewer system. Maybe one of the most important messages is that this is a well-known and straightforward technology. We're not innovating the wheel or like anything. This has been done for many, many years. The pictures you see here on the left and the right, this is a lab test that we did here at the university, actually, from slaughterhouse wastewater, where we show that this can be done. So this is basically showing chemical treatment, and you can very clearly see the visual difference of the water. The red is untreated, and the clear water is how we want to see it go to the sewer system. But also the flocks over there, this is the energy. This is the biomass that we want to collect. We've been developing, we've been designing, and we've been going through a lot of work when it comes to this part. But this is basically the flow diagram that we started up with. We want to start with the buffer tank, collect the water. We want to separate the biggest part of the oil and grease from the water. And we are working with GAP on producing biodiesel from that part. So we're already there taking the source and putting it to the most valuable product that we can see at that point being produced. Then we take the water to a 3-step chemical treatment. This is pH adjustment and coagulation and flocculation. This is where we can play a lot. We can work with different types of flocculants, different types of chemicals. We can work with biodegradable flocculants, and we can really test in this environment what can be done here to maximize the value of the sludge as well. And then you have the sludge, then you have the energy. And like we were mentioning before, this could be a potential source to a biomethane plant producing some type of energy, of course, methane, but also fertilizer. I'm also thinking that maybe we could now produce alcohol from it, but that's a discussion that we need to take further maybe at some point. Then we have the water to the sewer system. But now it gets really exciting because the container is ready. It's been built, and this is how it looks. It's extremely beautiful, if you ask me, and I'm so happy with the result. It's a lot better than we actually thought it would be. Again, with the collaboration, this has been extremely helpful with this. It's being brought to Iceland in only a couple of weeks. So we're just waiting now to be able to start playing with it. Our key message here, or the benefits, is basically that what we are going to do is that we are going to show that we can reduce the load on the whole wastewater system, not only the piping system, but also on the centralized treatment system for the municipality. We are going to improve the resource utilization, and we are now going to serve on a platter the biomass for people to come and play with us. We are now getting it up to land because that has been the problem so far. It's been difficult to test things that you cannot touch. So now we can touch it, and now we can start playing with it, okay? We see, therefore, huge opportunities for innovation, and we want to work together with the specialists here on this innovation. But maybe also, most importantly, we are creating smaller environmental impact for the industry. So that's our goal here. Lastly, we want to invite you to an event. We're hosting an event in Reykjavik at Tunguháls at the location of Eimur. I might be able to send this to you, Yvonne. Maybe that's an option for the ones registered. But 27th of May, you should put that into your calendar. We're going to show the container, and we're going to play with the container, not with wastewater, but with clear water. But we're going to demonstrate how it works. But we're also going to have like a cocktail bar with chemical treatment, show you how that part works, show you flocculation, and show you how the process is actually working. How do we do the chemical treatment, and have a discussion, both with the industry, with the municipalities, and everyone who is interested in, again, coming to work with this on this tour. So, thank you very much.